Hi. Today I'll tell you how to increase UI and font size in Divinity original scene. So take a look how it looks like right now. So font size much more bigger and readable. So if you would look at our stats, at our inventory, it's all much bigger. How to do it? Actually, it's even not the biggest variant. It's possible to make UI even bigger. Let me show you first thing. Of course, in game config, there is a possibility to increase font UI size up to 1.5. But it's not much. So there is a possibility in config file, which you could find. I'll put in the video description, below the video in description, I'll put how to find it. So basically, in your documents folder, there is Larian Studios, Divinity Original Scene, player profiles, and your profile. Before you will see this profile, you need to create one. So when you start the game, so let's start the game again. Because if you wouldn't create profile, you wouldn't be able to edit config file. So in this file, there are different things which you could change. So you first create a new profile. So it's like profiles, and you create a new one. You do it. Important thing, when you create your profile, you also need to go to options, and in these options you need to change something. For example, go to game and increase your scaling up to 1.5, 1.2. This way you would create this config file. So not only create profile, but also modify something in game settings, so it will create this config file. You will see this folder. This folder inside of the Larian Studios, inside of your documents. And in this folder there is a file config lsx. You could edit it with Notepad or Notepad++. So let me just go with Notepad, because it's like all have Notepad. I have a lot of notepads. Let's use Notepad++. It's the same kind of thing. So inside you will see just simple text, and here you could find what we look for. It's game UI. It's called UI scaling. So by default, it's possible to increase it up to 1.2, but you could do it even up to 2, for example. If we would go for 2, it will be too big, because I have small screen. So I'll show you 1.5. So let's exit the game. 1.5 I put here. Now let's start the game, and you would see that all UI become bigger. It's first thing that you could change this value. Another thing, it's important that you can also change fonts for the game, because by default fonts, they are very poor. They too slim, it's very hard to read them. So you see, I changed UI, it's become much bigger. It's 1.5. Even I regularly you see, and much bigger text we have. So if you would look here at the book, for example, it's possible to read the book with big letters. But actually I think it's too big. I play, because I have very small screen. It's like 15-inch screen I have, so I play 1.3. But at big screen, of course, you could play with 2 or even more. And also, please notice font. this font, it's much more readable. How to install font? Now let me show to you how to install font, because it's another thing. So it was config file. Now font. To change font, you must go to the games folder, because when we changed our config, we went to your profile. So in your Steam game, or maybe you use GOG, you should right click on the game, then click manage and find browse local files. You go there, go inside data, and inside of this folder you could just put fonts which I prepared for you. It's just zip archive. I took this archive from modding site for Divinity Original Sin. I'm not an author of these fonts. It's just fonts which people use for other applications. So it's not really mod even. You just need to replace this font. So you just what you do, you unzip this zip file, which I'll put to link to this file I'll put below the video. You just unzip contents to this folder, to data folder. Yeah, so where your Steam or GOG. So inside of your game there is a data folder, and inside of this data folder you just unzip all this stuff like this. Yes. By default you wouldn't have this public folder, so you could create it or you could just unzip it. After you would unzip it, you would see inside these font files and font config files. You do not need to change anything here. You just put it there and that's it. You replaced fonts for the game, and now when you play the game you will have much readable fonts. That's it. I just want to share you my experience with this beautiful game, and in my next videos we would start playing it together, so please come. It's my first time when I'll go through this game. It will be interesting to try it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. Yeah, I'll put the link to all this stuff, to all these files below this video. Bye bye.